Season 3. Is my microphone on? I sure hope so. Let's hope Gary's is on this year too, because it'd be nice to finally hear from him after 2 seasons. Don't you think? Anyway, welcome to Season 3. What was that?
I'm just getting ready, baby.
How does it feel? Is it weird?
I don't know. I feel a little nervous.
I do too. I was nervous too. Wasn't that funny?
So I was checking. I couldn't find the last date that we actually recorded in December.
Okay.
That last episode was released January 18th.
Okay.
But I couldn't find on my calendar what day you and I actually did the recording. It was obviously before Christmas.
Yeah.
And here we are. Today's March 15th, so 3 months. By the way, he's Don.
And you're Gary, right? Are
right.
You Gary?
Yeah.
As Miranda Priestley said in The Devil Wears Prada 2, it took you long enough.
I got lost in my ways.
Right? Well, I mean, do we want to just jump in, or do you want to just stop and start again? What do you think? I'm a little rusty.
Aren't we all? Please.
My bucket's a little, full of kelp and barnacles.
Let's not talk about your bucket. Because then we'll have to talk about mine, and nobody wants to talk about mine.
Well, it's good to see you.
Good to see
I'm
you
excited
too.
about Season 3. Why don't we take a break? We'll put out our new graphics, and we'll come right back, and then we'll let you...
There's new graphics.
Yes. Hopefully. Anyway, we'll be right back.
Okay.
Don't go away. It took you long enough to get to here.
Freeze.
Hi.
Hey.
Welcome back to Season 3.
3. Can you believe
Yes.
it?
Can you? I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. It's amazing. We both look amazing.
Yeah.
I barely recognize you. I'm a little nervous from coming back. I'm not sure if you are.
Well, I showered, and that helped calm me down.
Okay, good. Well, I'll try showering after I talk about my projects. Anyway, this is the Don and Gary podcast, proving life doesn't end at 60. It just needs better lighting and more caffeine.
Exactly.
You can find us on all the platforms. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Deezer. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook. We're also on YouTube at the Pfeiffer Pod, so please join us there. And let's not forget our amazing website, sponsored by Podpage. We got new graphics and new things going on.
Exactly.
So, Gary, what are we talking about this week?
Well, it's our first episode back, so we're kind of just going to start off nice and easy and just a little recap. Maybe give hints about some upcoming episodes, because, of course, we have more guests lined up. We'll be recording soon. But the last episode we released was in January, but we recorded that in December. So we're talking like a 3-month sabbatical.
This is the longest sabbatical we've taken between podcasts. Even with 3Ps, we didn't take this long of a break.
Well, we are older, so you know.
Speak for yourself.
I am older, you know.
Well, I guess I'm older too. We'll talk about that this season too, I guess, because that's definitely a factor in our lives right now. But yeah, This is the longest break we've ever taken from coming back.
So from your perspective, why did it take 3 months?
It's funny you ask that, because I wanted to make sure, and I'll backtrack. This week, actually, Anthony's back in Boston visiting his family, so I kind of needed a true reset. And what I mean by that is things have been plugging along since December and the holidays. We went into January, and then I just kind of just started training through work and life and everything going chug. It's actually given me the chance to find some down, quiet time. And relax and truly get back into being creative, because I truly think that what we do is an art form. Because we're so amazing, but also because it takes a little bit more energy to get back into the drill of it,
right,
and get back into the graphics and editing and doing all this podcasting. I love it, but it did take me a little while to reset. But I've been doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
How about you? How about you?
For me, well, you mentioned two things: life and work. I mean, they just, they keep going on. You have to, keep up with it. So for me, from a work perspective, it was a little stressful for several weeks because there was some personnel changes and things that came up. So a lot got dumped on my lap.
Right.
We've since brought on someone new, so that's kind of helped alleviate some of the stress, because there were nights where I was not sleeping well.
Yeah.
Just because, you just, in your mind, just running through everything and what I have to do the next day. And I'm like, you need to set that aside, get some sleep, get some downtime. So that was challenging for me. And the usual, just, not that there was a lot of events, but I do a lot of volunteer work. So there's always meetings and things that I've got on my calendar. And then a couple of friends have gone through some health challenges.
Yeah.
So that kind of adds to your stress and your, concern and all that. There was 1 week, just about 2 weeks ago, where it was like one thing after another. So Monday, I went to a vigil of that week because there was in the neighborhood, there was a pedestrian, a mom and her 2-year-old who were crossing the street, and the mom was injured and the 2-year-old was killed.
Oh my gosh.
Right. So, I mean, that just, the whole neighborhood just, reacted to that. So I didn't know I didn't know them, but you just want to do something. So I went with some other neighbors and went to the vigil. So that was Monday. Tuesday was when I found out about one of my friends having a health situation.
Right.
So the next several days was visiting the hospital, and checking on them. And then by filling in some friends on what had happened to this person, another friend said, oh, by the way, I haven't shared with you, and this person is also going through some health challenges.
Wow. Okay.
So then Saturday, I'm visiting my mom and ran into a neighbor of hers, and that neighbor, their relationship of 20 plus years ended abruptly. So it was just like one thing after another. The only bright light out of that week was a friend did say that he and his wife are expecting their second baby. So it's like, okay finally. Okay.
And
so
your family's growing quite large too. I mean, you've got a lot of nieces now, don't you? Nieces and nephews?
So of my adult nieces and nephews, some of them are married, and so of them, 3 of them have children. So the oldest is 2.5, the youngest is 10 months. So yeah, my mom has 3 great grandchildren.
Wow.
2 of which, one lives Southern California, one lives out of state. So that's the challenge, is that we don't get to see them very often.
And what's the relationship from great grandchildren to you? Are you a great uncle?
I guess I would be a great uncle, yes.
Okay. Are you a great uncle?
I'm a great everything.
Yes, you are. For season 3, you are.
Yes. So that's kind of the things that just kind of been popping up.
Yeah.
And then, work has settled down.
Mm-hmm.
Today's a busy day because it's Oscar day.
That's right. That's right.
So I'll be heading down to the South Bay to hang out with a friend to watch the Oscars. That's our yearly tradition, which will be fun. And we'll talk about Oscars at another episode.
Let me ask you a quick
Hollywood
question.
of it all.
Let me ask you about a quick question. Have you
Yes.
seen any of the movies that are nominated?
I have not. I have my because we fill out a ballot as part of the fun, and I'm looking at it, and I might recognize, in terms of the actors, I'll recognize some of the names, but
Sure.
I've not seen a single one of those movies that are nominated.
Is that a first for you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't usually see all of them, but I try and see a couple of them.
Right.
But I don't go to the movies. I love movies, but the last thing I saw in the theater, I think, was the second installment of Wicked.
Okay.
But I just don't go to the movies very often.
I don't either. The only time we truly go is when we're in Palm Springs. It's 120 degrees outside, and we go to the senior special over at the Mary Pickford. It's like $3, reclining seats, a Diet Coke, and a bucket full of popcorn, and you take a nap.
Nice. Well, I will say that while I did want to see Wicked, the movie, I went to this theater in the Mission District, which back in the old days, it was a movie theater, shut down. Then they reopened it, one of those fancy ones where they serve food, and it's so that I'd not been to that theater, so I went. But because I saw on their website the food and stuff that they offer, and one of them was a boozy milkshake, I'm like, I'm all for that. So that was kind of the main reason why I wanted to go.
Do you even remember the movie?
Well, no, I do remember the movie, but the problem was when I said, the waiter came because they come to your seat. You like push a button and they come to your seat.
Oh.
Like, yeah, I want to get the boozy milkshake. Oh, yes, we're not serving them today. Like, son of a bitch. I'll have a Diet Coke.
With malice.
Man, that just pissed me off. So I left a little bitter.
No.
But no, to your point. So I've not seen any of the movies. So I just here's what my tradition every year is that I keep track of the winners of the various award shows leading up to it, the Golden Globes and the SAG Awards and the BAFTAs and all the, and my little spreadsheet has a column and I check to see if there's a trend. Like, oh, this guy has won 3 out of the 5, so I'm going to pick him. That's my logic.
Okay.
And this year, it's kind of been all over the place. So there hasn't been like one clear-cut winner in any category. Well, in the major categories. So I go in blindly and, whatever. It is what it is.
Okay.
But, so I'm doing that tonight. And then, I don't know if I didn't mention before, but the only thing I'm looking forward to next month, I'm going to Disneyland. I'm very excited about that.
Okay. Why? Why is it such a thing for you? Why is it such a draw?
Well, I mean, come on. What adult doesn't want to feel the kid in them again and go back to Disneyland? I mean, I've gone several. Have you been? Yes.
I've been way back in the day, back in the '90s, I think, with a boss of mine that really loved Disney and went to it, but I haven't been back since. That's got to be 30 years.
I went. So my parents took us, the 4 boys, and when we were kids. So there's it's a black and white photo. That's how long ago it was. The first time. So I was probably 6 or 7.
Okay, well,
and then as an adult, I've gone several times, but it's probably been 8 years ish that I've gone. And 2 years ago, when we were doing 3 Ps, I think. I had mentioned on an episode that in Instagram there was something that came up about Disneyland, about like free tickets or discounted tickets, and like a fool I signed up for it. It ended up being some kind of scam. Oh. And so one of our guests, Christine, said, "Gary, you know who I work for? I can get you discount tickets or day passes." So 2 years ago, she sent me 2 one-day passes.
Wow.
And they're good for 2 years. So I have to use it by June of this year. So the rest of 24 went by, 25 went by, and I'm like, I need to use them. So I reached out to John, and I'm going to fly down to San Diego, and he and I are going to drive up to Anaheim. We're going to use the one-day pass on Sunday, the last Sunday of April. And then I bought a second ticket because I want to go a second day, because it's a lot to see it, try and cram everything in one day. And even the Monday ticket was cheaper than buying on the weekend, and that I want to say it was $140.
How do they afford to do this? I mean, I know some families that go every year, and some people I know go a couple weeks or something. It's like,
well, they offer year passes, which I assume will offer you considerable discounts. But to your point, when you have a family, parents and 1 or 2 kids, that's just the entrance. Then you've got food, right? Mm-hmm. And then, you don't want to wait in the long line? Well, if you buy this fast pass, this will get you to the, so there's so many tricks and shortcuts, but it all costs money. And airfare and hotel and right.
So what's the thing about it that you like, though? I mean, do you like the magic of it all, the rides of it all?
Yeah, I mean, I do like rides, like the roller coaster, and it's a small world and all those, they're kitschy things there, but I think it's just the kid in you. I remember when you were a kid and you'd see them, and I was never like a big Disney fan where I didn't see a lot of the Disney movies. Right. I didn't grow up with that, but I think it's just for the kid in you. It just it's like a safe place, right? A happy place,
right?
So
it better be.
Right?
For $140, it better be friggin' amazing.
Right? I mean, because I got airfare, I got hotel, meals, and then
no, I get it. It.
Yeah, so it's just for the pure fun of it, just to relive my youth, I guess. Who knows?
Yeah. Hey, why not? Do it while we can.
Exactly.
Before we forget about our youth.
Yeah. And also, my brother and I are talking about doing a small family trip to Mexico and taking my mom, because she hasn't been back in a while. I've not been back and visited relatives in Mexico in 12 years.
Didn't you throw your mom on a plane one time and send her back to Mexico?
I've never thrown my mother anywhere. How dare you?
That woman.
There were times where, like, I would fly down to L.A. with her because there's no direct flights to Mazatlan, which is where normally she'd fly. Right. So a couple times I flew down to L.A. with her, put her on a plane. I didn't throw her on a plane, put her on a plane, and then I would fly back. And then on the return trip, I'd fly back down to L.A., meet her, and then fly home with her. But she's gone, but it's still been a while for her too. And I got a lot of cousins that live there, and they would love to see her, and I'd love to see them because I've not been in years. So
take some time off. You deserve it.
But it's also the timing of it, because if you wait too long, it's too goddamn hot down there.
True.
Their summers are brutal, so it has to be like in the spring before the heat starts, or wait till the fall. And I think my brother's looking into it now, so I think we're going to go sometime before May. So it could be coming up soon. And I'll see, depending on how long they go, we can only go for a long weekend or something. We'll figure it out.
Got it.
Because I can't take that much time off from work, especially in New Zealand.
Well, hey, speaking back to 3Ps, I wanted to mention this because we talked about it briefly. I did not realize, and I think I shared this with you, but can you believe that we are still getting so much traction out of that podcast?
Right.
Now, I think I shared. Yeah, I mentioned it, and I just put it down again. We actually downloaded over close to 3,000 episodes from that. Was it 4 seasons? I forget how many we did. 3 or 4 seasons. But we downloaded about that many, and just the other day we had about 33. I know it doesn't sound like a lot to the millions that we download in this podcast.
Right, I know.
The fact that this podcast was actually about 3 years old now, and it was from a few years back. It's the fact that it still gets downloads. It's like, thank you, audience.
Right.
It's amazing.
Now, we don't have to go into detail now, but does it break down like which episodes got downloaded the most?
It does, and I don't have that with me, but the more recent ones are the ones that get. But I got to tell you, we crack ourselves up. I think we were pretty funny. We were pretty funny. All 3 of us were really funny on that podcast.
For those who may not know, Don and I and another friend John started a podcast back in May of 2021. We started talking about it in September of 20 during the pandemic. The 3 of us converged in Santa Barbara, and out of that visit grew the idea for a podcast. And in May of 2021, we started, and it's called 3 Ps in a Podcast. And then the subtitle is after that is it gay in here or is it just me? It's a long-ass title.
We were funny.
And the reason why the 3 Ps is because all of our last names starts with a P. Right. And who came up with that brilliant title?
I think you did.
Yeah, you know I did.
Yes, Gary, you are the vision genius. You are the vision monster for all things, because you are the one that comes up with half of our episode titles. You came up with that title for our episode or our podcast before. You're a genius, and you're very smart about those kinds of things. They make a lot of sense.
And the premise of that was the 3 of us, because we've known each other for so long, share a lot of stories. Some serious, some funny. We had guests on as well, but it just was a lot of fun doing it. So we did that for about 3 years.
I think almost 4, maybe 4, maybe 3.5. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
But if anybody wants to listen to them, they're still available on Apple Podcast, on Spotify. It was before we got the technology under our belts and our wigs to be able to do video, so there's no YouTube channel on it, but you can actually listen to any of them. And we actually still have an Instagram page that has a lot of video on there too, so it's actually quite fun.
It's like 60-something episodes we did, I think.
Yes, I guess. I mean, which is a lot, considering most of the podcasts that I hear about don't make it past 3 or 4 episodes out in the world.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
that's surprising.
Yeah,
there's so many out there.
Well, there's us, and then there's everyone else.
Right. So you can hear the younger versions of us before we turn 60.
Yeah.
We were funny then, and we're funny now. So this season, we've got more guests coming up. We already have 2 lined up for sure. We're working on there's a 3rd one who just said yes. We just have to pick a date. And I'm working on a couple others, and I think you're working on a couple others. So,
and we still have to let Marty out of the can.
Yes, poor Marty. Marty, we love you, and we didn't forget about you. We recorded your episode several months ago,
Yes.
but you are the next one that gets released after this one. This is our
Yeah.
intro, and even though you're number 2, Marty, you're number 1.
You're always number one in our hearts, Marty. And we'll let you out of the can. And thank God we stuck holes in the can so you can actually breathe through it before we let you
Exactly.
out.
Just we need to let him know so he knows that
Yeah.
we didn't forget about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so more fun, more frivolity, more guests. I just saw an article on Instagram that I'm going to do, extract information from there. But the question that came up was about retirement. And let me see if I can. The title is, What's the Biggest Thing? Well, I should probably read the whole title. What's the biggest thing? What's the biggest thing you're still trying to figure out about retirement?
Oh.
So that kind of intrigued me, and there's a bunch of responses. So I'm going to go extract the responses from that, and then we'll talk about that in another episode. Because that's one of the things we talk about as being that we are doing 60 is if you haven't already had that conversation about retirement, what does it look like? Am I looking forward to it? Am I dreading it? What age? I mean, I don't know if I've asked you, have you figured out at what age you want to retire?
Yes, and actually, as part of, I still have to tell you all the things I've been up to this last few months. But my husband actually recently retired, literally about a week ago.
Yes.
Yes, so it was quite a momentous change. It took a lot of preparation, a lot of mental preparation, not for me, but for them, to actually get to the point where, basically it started with a very serious conversation with our financial planner to see what that truly meant.
Sure.
And then it took a little bit more because, again, one of these things we all factor into retirement is how long do I want to work? How long do I need to work? And if I don't work, what is that, like you said, what does that even look like? Mm-hmm. And it's a much bigger question than anyone realizes, I think.
Right.
I think. So yeah, now the thing is I've seen a bunch of TED Talks on this too, and basically the first 6 months is the honeymoon period, and then on day 1 after 6 months, it's like, now what?
Now what? Yeah.
So you got to have a plan. It's not just retirement, nothing. It's retirement and plan for your retirement. So.
And pre-planning, especially when it comes to Medicare.
Oh yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because they say you have to sign up like at least 6 months before.
Correct.
To kind of lay the groundwork.
Yep. And if you're transitioning, like I'm planning on transitioning to that a few months prior, because who knew I'd be the older one and still working? That's the one that was not in the script. I did not plan for that.
Did that piss you off?
It kind of did. But that wasn't the plan. But the thing is transitioning now because, we'll take on my medical coverage while I still work. But then there's maybe a time when I don't want to. So we have to figure out like the jump from having medical coverage to Medicare, right? So it depends on whether I work it all the way to 65, which is years and years and years from now. Who knows when? So yeah, I mean, so there's lots of things to think about. Back to your point, I think that's a whole episode for us. Actually.
Yeah.
I think a whole
So
episode.
we'll weave that into that.
Yeah.
So you mentioned things you've been up to. So tell me.
Yes.
What?
So a few months. I wrote them down. So first of all, I've been juicing. Do you know what that is? Not testosterone.
Just remember, it's a family show. So go ahead.
I found, and I know this sounds silly, but I found the benefits of, you don't drink a lot of coffee, do you?
I don't drink a lot of coffee.
Okay,
no.
good for you, because I usually had a whole routine, and we talked about how much this money costs to do a Starbucks thing.
Yes.
Because if every day your routine, like myself and many, many other people up to a certain point, was go to Starbucks, get a cup of coffee, get a Danish or a sandwich or something, and go on to work. Mm-hmm. And then in the middle of the day, you probably get another cup of coffee. And if you're really into it, the second half of your day, you probably need a third cup of coffee.
Yeah.
So I looked into that for a while, and I saw how much that was costing us. If you think about a basic Americano that I get with an ad shot is about $5. So let's say you have $15 just in that. The food's another $5. That's $20. So you could literally spend anywhere from $20 to $30 a day just on Starbucks. And
right.
What does it really get you? So what I tried this experiment, there's a place called Press Juicery. Let me say that again. There's a place called Press Juicery. Maybe they should be our sponsor.
Right.
Because what I found was the amazing thing is like if you're doing, like I let go of coffee in the morning, and instead I get a couple of juices. They're not inexpensive, but they're actually spread out over the week. They're okay. So basically, what I found was letting go in coffee and doing either green tea or water with lemon or something plus this juice. I had so much more energy throughout the day than having some carbs in the morning with a bunch of caffeine that only gives you a spike and then you come down. So
Yeah.
that's the big thing. I'm totally into the juicing right now. I just find that I have much more energy throughout the day and towards the end of the day. So that's something I've been really into. I loved it. We did have the soft opening of Cafe Carnegie. I don't know if I told you about that.
No.
We live on Carnegie Lane, and we actually spend a lot of time on the terrace upstairs. And the hub, since he's near the retirement stage, decided to set up a whole bar table on the side of the house, which is our terrace wraps around the house. And he built this whole thing which has a divider on it. There's lights over it. There's a table and a couple chairs like a bistro. It's really amazing.
Sounds fancy.
Yeah, it's very fancy and very exclusive. You can't get in. So you have to set a reservation for months in advance.
You need a key or a number, or you need to
Well,
know
you need
someone,
a secret handshake. Ooh, ah, wah, ah, wah, ah, wah. And then you, from the Flintstones, ooh, ah, wah, ah, wah. Never mind. Anyway, you need a secret handshake to get in. So that was something that we spent a lot of time on. That was fun. Let's see. Baking. I finally embraced baking again because for the longest time I was discouraged because none of my bagels were coming out right. My pizza dough was flat and my Danish was dead. So
who hasn't loved your bagels?
Well, I did a bagel palooza a while ago, and the neighbors were very pleased because I used my neighbors as the test or the lab rats. If they don't keel over after I pass out some bagels. Imagine this, I actually follow the recipe to the letter now because baking is so precise.
Oh, you have to, yes.
Well, yeah, I didn't know that till I didn't know that. So I've embraced that. So we've had a couple bagel paloozas, and I'm really embracing the baking because I'm taking my time, and I'm also using that. I forget. I'll look it up, and I'll put it on here somewhere. But there's a technique for having all of your items prepared in small bowls before you put them into your recipe. There's actually a name for it. I'll put it above here somewhere. But so I really embrace that. So I'm really enjoying that. Let's see. Oh, the Pfeiffer Planting Palooza has taken place. I have found that I am totally enamored with gardening and growing things. So, I mean, I really enjoy it. We don't have a lot of places to garden in this house, but we're so close to the beach that you have to find out the new weather patterns that happen. It's pretty hot during the summer. Yeah. This all started with our lovely, wonderful friend Nancy, who went with me to pick out a lemon tree that we ended up naming Lizzo. So Lizzo the lemon tree. We then got another lime tree that we named Lenny. So then we also, in honor of Nancy, who passed away a couple years ago, we got a nectarine that we called Nancy the Nectarine. Then we got Prunilla the passion fruit. Rest in peace, Prunilla. She didn't make it, so we had to take her out. And now we have Precious the persimmon. So we've got all these trees we've been planting and nurturing, and it's actually been really fun because we get a huge harvest of lemons, we get a good harvest of limes. Actually, Anthony planted carrots last summer from seeds, and so we're really getting into the gardening thing, which
Are these all in your front yard, or where are they?
The big plant. You've been here, right?
Yes.
The big planting bed on the left side of the yard in the front, and then containers upstairs, and then we've got new pots in the front of the house too. So it's so much fun. I find it very therapeutic actually to go out there early in the morning and weed stuff and just. Do you ever like doing that?
No. Next. I buy my carrots at the store.
Like everybody else. And my last thing, and this is telling you I have too much time on my hands and I had to get back to the podcast, was my latest planting palooza experiment. We have planter boxes above us on the terrace, and we planted different things we wanted to vine over because you can see we wanted to vine over, and I've experimented with different types of things. So now we basically fried 2 batches of vines. So now I'm doing an experiment where I'm doing a succulent. I've got maybe let's say 8 boxes that hang over the front of the house. So now, and you're going to think this is so stupid. I know Anthony's going to hate it when he comes back. But basically I've taken out 4 of the boxes, I'm going to plant a succulent that I know will grow well in the really warm sun. And then I'm making a little tent to go over the existing vines so they don't get sunburned on the top to see if they make it.
What if you just rub a little lotion on their leaves?
Well, that'd be on every single leaf.
You've got time.
Well, no, yes, I do. But I thought, this is sounds like, when I talk about it, it sounds so stupid. Keeps me off the street, off the pipe, and off the pole. So I'm good about that.
Off the pole.
So yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of fun things. I mean, and what's scary, Gary? It goes by so fast. Time. Mm-hmm. I feel like that last episode we recorded back in December, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it got released in January.
And now what? It's mid-March, so wow. Time does go by fast as you're getting older, doesn't it? It
does.
You tell me, I don't know.
Oh no, it does. It does. Believe me.
Yes.
Since you're sharing all your fun things, I did something fun yesterday, which I hadn't done. I never do because I live in San Francisco, and you don't think of horses being in San Francisco.
Do they have mounted police anymore?
I don't think so.
Okay.
If they did, it was very rare, and it was usually in Golden Gate Park. But But I haven't heard of them in a while. But I was with a friend yesterday. We went up on a day trip to Napa, and I know that she has horses. But I thought they were down in Half Moon Bay, which is down the peninsula, down the coast. And I told her recently, I said, I'd love to meet up with you one day when you go see your horses, because like, how often do I see horses? I'm a city boy. But it turns out they are on a horse ranch, just borderline San Francisco in Daly City, off of John Daly Boulevard.
Yeah, I didn't even know there were.
So if you take John Daly Boulevard up to Skyline and make a right, it's right there. And it's on the coast. Okay. So you drive up, park, and there's this, there's some corrals, there's a big barn, and if you walk through the barn, not far after that is the edge of the cliff, and there's the Pacific Ocean.
Wow.
And she keeps her 2 horses there. So after we did it, it is. And it was a beautiful day. I got there around 4 o'clock, and it was gorgeous. And, you think normally it's going to be overcast and windy. No, none of that. It was beautiful. So after we did our day trip, we came back. She said, well, I'm going to head to see the horses. So dropped her off. She changed. I went home. I changed and met up down there.
Wow.
And, met Charismatic and Lady Friend.
Lady Friend.
Lady Friend is a female and Charismatic is a male.
Really?
Charismatic is 24 years old.
Wow.
And Lady Friend is 23 years old.
Huh.
Yeah, so she goes and visits them. So they keep them there, and she has people that, like trainers and people that care for them during the week, but she goes down like 3 times a week to ride them and groom them. So I was helping grooming her horses yesterday.
So question, because for me, horses have been a little intimidating to me because they're such large, beautiful animals, but they're so large.
They are large, yes.
And then I never know, I can't read them. I can't tell, like a dog you can read pretty easily, or a cat, the cat hates you or loves you, or the dog is wagging his tail or licking your hand or whatever. Right. But a horse is difficult to read.
Well, she's been around horses since she was a young girl because she went to like a summer camp in Wyoming, she said, when she was 14.
Okay.
And then she just fell in love, so she's been connected to horses all this time. So while we're grooming them, we're grooming the female first, and then the male do something, and she's like, hey, behave. I'm like, well, what'd they do? Well, see how the ears did this and did that? So she can read the signs and knows.
Wow.
If one of them is acting up, they don't have to like freak out. They do something with the, could be their breathing, could be how they move their ears, something like that. Mm-hmm. So she knows. So every once in a while she'd comment on something and then she'd explain, see, she's doing this because of that or whatever.
Really? And I know I've always heard you never walk behind them, right? Or is that something? Is that a cow?
I don't know. I mean, I did because we did take Charismatic for a stroll around. There's a big field next to the barn, so we took him for a walk, and it was kind of a narrow path. So she was leading him, and then I was behind them. But no, I don't know about that.
No, I just thought it might be I was told sometimes horses kick, so.
Oh, they might. They're older. I mean, I asked her what is their lifespan. I mean, and she says they live to like 30 to 35 years old.
Wow, that's
so
amazing.
she said right now, charismatic who's 24, that'd be equivalent to like a 75-year-old man.
Okay.
Right, so they're
or
old,
us.
but yeah, well.
Well, that sounds fun. So you weren't intimidated at all by the size or what they look?
No, I mean, still, I mean, because I'm not used to being around them. I mean, I was on a horse when I was like 10 years old, one time,
right,
in Mexico. But around here, that's not something you come across.
No,
so, yeah, so walking up to them, but they're just both very docile and,
nice.
And you know, especially when she gave me a cookie to put in my hand, and you lay your hand flat,
yeah,
you know, and then they come and eat it, and like so, I made friends right away because who doesn't want a cookie from Gary?
Is that a euphemism for something? This is a family show.
So that was my Saturday afternoon.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was fun. It was really fun. So I don't know when I'll see horses again, but she says you're welcome to meet me there
so
anytime.
Cool.
It was like less than 30 minutes. I was there.
And you had mentioned previously that you went to see. I think you mentioned this, that you had gone to see a show, a string quartet or something playing in a church with contemporary music.
Yeah, there is a series of musicians, or a series of concerts that are done by musicians, usually violinists or string instruments, and this last one I did was they'll pick an artist to salute, and then they'll do highlights of their music. So this one was the music of Adele.
Nice.
So normally it could be in a big church, and they'll do all the faux candles, like thousands of them all around, and then the seats are just kind of intermixed, so you're just sitting amongst all these candles, and then the stage is in front of you. Where I was at wasn't a church, but it was like an art gallery.
Nice.
Very rustic, a lot of exposed brick and pipes, whatever. But it's all dark except for the candles, so it's all dressed up, and it was really nice. And they did a beautiful job featuring Adele. And so I have that on my list. So if there's another artist coming up, I'll go see them. But this is the second one I've been to.
Nice. I've seen it happening down here in the South Bay.
Yeah.
Like in Hermosa or Manhattan Beach. So
they do them all over. And it's just a fun, classy event.
I could use it a little classy.
Exactly.
Right?
We all could.
Well, anyway, so do you think we covered what we needed to cover?
Yeah, we're just kind of recapping and let people know we're still here. We haven't gone away.
Nope. Season 3, baby.
And there's more coming, so we're looking forward to that.
Yes.
In fact, we're recording another episode
next week.
Next week.
Yeah, and I think there's one right after that too. We are busy bees. So that's great. So we're going to be pumping it out. Pump.
Exactly. So looking forward to it. So
do you want to close us down? You want me to close this? I don't remember how we closed it down.
Well, you always have something pithy to say. I'm just more like you can,
Well, go ahead and I'll
enjoy
say
us. We have 2 seasons that you can already listen to, and look forward to the new ones. As Don mentioned in the opener, you can find us now on YouTube.
Yes.
And then your favorite platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts. The website is sponsored by Podpage.
Yes. Oh.
What?
Nothing.
Okay. YouTube is through Pfeiffer
Pod. You should know that by now. Don't worry.
It's not my last name.
Well, you. Okay. Let's not fight in front of the children.
And you want to email us at donandgarydoin60@gmail.com. But website, you can find everything there, all the platforms.
Yes.
Of course, Instagram, Facebook. Where else? You mentioned
Blue Sky.
And you mentioned another Deezer?
Deezer, Weezer, Sneezer, and Beezer. I don't know. We're on all the platforms. You can't throw a dead cat without hitting one of our podcasts.
Exactly.
I think you came up with that line too.
I did. Yes, I did.
Okay, so thanks, Gary, for that. And remember, age is just a number. Unfortunately, ours is I messed it up.
Take 2.
Okay, right. Remember, age is just a number. Unfortunately, ours is unlisted. Thanks for watching Don and Gary Doing 60, Season 3. Can I stop now?
Please do.